Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm finally decorating my little office area. This is kind of my little reading nook and everything. I'm actually working on a video to show you guys how I transformed this from a dining room into a home office space. As you can see, this one wall is really torn up still, and that is because I've sanded it and taken off the chair railing and plastered it and sanded it some more. And I'm actually going to be doing wallpaper on that wall. So I apologize. Yes, it looks really jank right now, but after I put wallpaper in here soon, it's going to look amazing. So anyways, I got these two gorgeous black bookshelves. I believe I got these from, Wayfair. I got them from Wayfair, and I absolutely love them. I loved the original decor I had on them, and I definitely love how they turned out for spooky season. So I had a pile of all of my Halloween decor that didn't really go into my Hocus Pocus theme in the living room or my Nightmare Before Christmas theme in the kitchen. And so I was just pulling from that decor. And my original idea is that I kind of wanted this to be what I was calling catacomb chic, very focused on like bones and skeletons and skulls and all of that fun stuff. But it kind of slowly morphed into what I've been calling like a haunted apothecary vibe, like mad scientist, but old and dingy, dark academia. I feel like you guys know the vibe that I'm talking about. And I definitely feel like there was some stuff that I don't feel like fits that vibe. So I want to, see where else I can put that stuff maybe next year and kind of improve upon what I did this year. But I still love how everything turned out. I've got my 3 little cauldrons up there on the top. That's from Home Goods. I believe I got those last year. And then there's just some little black plants in there. Super cute. Like for instance, I would love if those looked more like rusticy for this, specific decor situation, but we can't have everything. I'm working with what I got right now. And then I've got the 2 skull stack thingies on either side of that. And those are also from Home Goods, but I got those this year. I've got some old creepy books that I decided to stack up, and then I'm kind of just trying to place things around in different areas. One of the kind of philosophies for bookshelf decorating that I've seen a lot is to do things on either side, and then on the next shelf things in the middle, and then on the next shelf things on either side, just to give it like some balance, but you can still make it sort of off kilter and everything. The other thing that I'm trying to do is still create levels. Each individual shelf on these bookshelves are not super tall. They're about 1 foot tall. So I did have like some candlesticks and stuff that I wasn't really able to put stuff on. But I still thought that it turned out pretty nice. But yeah, I'm just trying to create levels and give it like that scattered randomness that still looks very properly decorated, if that makes sense. And I kind of move things around a lot until I get it how I like. I feel like I've talked about that in previous videos, where decorating is really just kind of playing with it, moving things around until you like what you see. So I have some cool skeleton keys. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. That I was displaying there. A lot of the stuff that I got from Home Goods this year. I've got little skulls that have little succulents in them. I've got a few of my Harry Potter books on this display just because I love the coloring of them. Like those jewel tones are so fun. I've got this little like cat windmill candle holder thing that my Meemaw got me, so I'm trying to put that together. It's like very delicate, and you have to take it apart to put it back in the packaging. So I was sticking that up there, just really, like I said, trying to figure out where I wanted to put everything. So this is a little bit later. As you can see, I have definitely moved some new things around and I'm really liking how it's starting to come together. I got some stuff from Spirit Halloween that I switched out on the bookshelves, like the skull you see there, and like the hands and like the little raven looking head. But one thing I wanted to do was I wanted to kind of put tea lights all throughout this, so it really kind of gave that like flickering, dimly lit candlelistic atmosphere. I love that globe, but I don't like how it looks lit up because it's like almost too perfect, I guess. So I decided to not keep that lit up. So I just placed tea lights all around, kind of trying to hide them. And like I said, giving that flickering effect as much as possible. And then oh wait, I just realized this went back in time. Interesting. I did a really bad job at editing this video. I'm sorry, you guys. You know what? I'm doing 61 days of videos, so some of the editing might be a little bit jank. So anyways, I wanted to take some black creepy cloth and drape it on every individual shelf because I just feel like it really needed that added texture to give off the vibe I was going for. So I basically cut out like custom little sections, and I started by cutting out enough to go over the entire top shelf and kind of drape over the sides a little bit. And so I'm just kind of sticking that under my decor. And yes, I do realize it would have been way easier to start with this, but I didn't think of it till later. So it is what it is. Then I started cutting the creepy cloth oh my gosh, I started cutting it by like the length of each individual bookshelf, and then just like kind of taking off the decor and sliding the creepy cloth underneath to kind of, like I said, give it that look. And it took me a while to get through all of this. Like, it definitely took me like a solid almost hour to cut all of this, take everything down, put it on there, put it back. Like, it was definitely a feat, but I do think it was so worth it because, like I said, I really feel like it just added to the design of everything so much, for sure. Creepy cloth is such a good go-to. Like, if you need to cover a pretty surface that doesn't match your Halloween decor, you can trust creepy cloth. If you want to drape it from your ceilings or your doorways, creepy cloth. Like, creepy cloth really is the answer to everything during spooking season, for sure. I was really trying to make these white bottles work on this display, but I just felt like they were too like perfect looking. You can tell I'm like rearranging them a couple times, and I think just because they just didn't fit the look. They really didn't. Like, they were too perfect. They needed to go somewhere else. And don't get me wrong, I love them. I bought them from Joann last year, and I do think they're really, really cool and pretty, but I just don't feel like they matched kind of like the color palette and design I was going for with this particular display. So I end up moving those where you basically can't even see them, which is kind of silly, but you know what I mean. The integrity of the design is that it's actually fully decorated. There's not any parts, I guess, that are hidden away and not fully decorated. I guess, well, those two left shelves on the back right there that are hidden by my chair are definitely not 100% decorated. So I guess I can't say that the integrity of my Halloween decor is totally, 100%. All right, just needed to add a few more shelves worth of creepy cloth. I ended up moving that little glass ball around, and I ended up turning the lights on, which I end up turning back off again later because I keep trying to convince myself that I like it when it's on, but I just don't. And this is when I started pulling out some of my Spirit Halloween decor because I'd filmed my haul by then. And so I started to add this stuff in as well. You can see it there on the corner of the chair. And so I wanted to kind of spruce things up a tad and add in the new decor that I felt like really went with the overall look I was going for. Then I needed to get behind that chair to add in my last couple of pieces of creepy cloth. I ended up putting some stuff on that bottom shelf so it would be out of the way and unseen a little bit better. And then I just added some creepy cloth kind of just to the corner of it, since you can kind of barely see it. And I added this black skull jar that I have. Then I just added creepy cloth to the last two shelves. I feel like I've been talking about adding creepy cloth to these shelves for an hour. So I hope you guys haven't clicked off because you're bored yet. I was trying to figure out a spot for this little trinket box that looks like a set of books from Spirit Halloween, and I couldn't quite find the right spot for it. I do eventually find out where I want it to go, but I kind of wanted them to be vertical, but they just can't because they're like, it's like literally a trinket box. That entire red bruise book on the top comes off and you can put things inside of it, which is cool, but then you can't stain them up, vertically instead of horizontally. So I ended up liking where I put it though, and I also like that it kind of matches like the general like color palette, like feel of like those kind of like gemstone colors of my Harry Potter books. So I felt like it just matched really well. And then I finally gave up on those white jars, as you can see, and I added in this really cool skull that has like the top hollowed out so you can use it kind of like as a bowl, or maybe even a planter if you wanted to, from Spirit Halloween. And then those little skull hands or skeleton hands are from Joann, and they were like super cheap. I want to say like $5 each, which is, well, now that I say that out loud, it sounds more expensive. $5 for a skeleton hand. I can't decide sometimes, like, if I think something is overpriced or not, because I don't know. I'm having an existential crisis over the price of those hands. Oh my gosh, you guys, this voiceover is literally insane. I feel like my brain is just absolute mush right now. But I ended up moving those white jars over kind of where you couldn't really like see them as much. Like you can definitely still see them, but they're just like not as prominent, which I feel like my brain liked a little bit better. I feel like you just really have to like keep playing around with things. And as I add to like my collection for this particular display, like I don't think I'll use them at all because like I said, I don't really 100% feel like they match kind of what I'm going for. But I still think that they're really cute, just not quite what I want them for. I really wish I'd zoomed out this frame for you guys so you can actually see what I'm doing, but sometimes I do this, and that's why a lot of my videos are just like really sped up versions of me just decorating and like not really like super in detail, like focus on what I'm doing, is because I get really focused on designing and I literally forget that I'm filming. And that's why I just like to do time lapses. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You'll see the final look up here in a second. If you did, please give a like and hit that big red subscribe button down below to hang out with me every single day up until Halloween. That's right, 61 days of videos every single day. So I hope you guys will stick around for that. And I really hope you enjoy this final look. There's Mr. Skeleton over there reading his little book. And then the final look of my bookshelf. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.